What a tangle web we weave when we first practice to deceive. And we are now in the building. We are in the building with the peoples, waiting on the people. And y'all know how we do. We is live all over the place. The Twitters and the book of the face. You know what I'm talking about? What is going on here? And my keyboard wasn't typing. Some days it seems like I just need to start writing. You know, sometimes it don't feel real. I ain't from Houston, but everything is trio. The people are walking in. Let me know where you're from. Good morning, good afternoon. Now let's have some fun. I need to write a Dr. Seuss book or something. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's real in the field as the people enter the place. Now, it's just all in my Woo. Put on the headphones. Let's go live. This ain't Jive Turkey, but it's 2025. Woo-hoo. I am feeling it today. What's up, everybody? Y'all walking in the building. Make sure you let the people know where you at, where you're from. You're chilling at home or you on work on your phone. It's lunchtime, so y'all know we about to get it popping, you know. We about to make it do what it does. We gonna talk about some things. We gonna acknowledge the people that's in the building. Patricia McGee, what's up? Amber is in the building. PC is always in the house. Georgia Allen. Mariah Johnson. Gaston, Alabama. That's what I'm talking about. My home. Not from Gaston, but Alabama, most definitely. Sharon Lewis is from Las Vegas and most definitely my favorite place to play. Myra Johnson, Detroit, Michigan. PC is in the shot. Robert is in the good old Colorado. Patricia McGee is from the DMV. OC is from Jacktown, Mississippi. Maggie is from Ohio. Sabrina Campbell, H-Town, right down the street. 2-hour ride, and I'm in that joint. Goes down in H-Town, man. I can't tell no lie. It goes down in H-Town. Boy, they serious down there, son. They about their business. They about their business down there in the H-Town. Them swingers be swinging. That's all I'm saying. Beautiful young ladies all over the place. Entrepreneurs. Rich people. You know. Clubs popping. Good food. Oh, I visit the H every now and then, you know. Your boy go down there and do his thing from time to time. OC with that D I love. JSU action. Y'all know about Jackson State. The sonic boom of the South. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If you don't know, you don't know. If you ain't never been to the Southern Classic, yeah, boy, what a time you have missed. Magic City Classic, Southern Classic, Circle City Classic. Man, I almost hit all of them. I mean, I'm a classic swanger. You know, we have to stretch it out. You know, but it is what it is. I'm glad everybody has made their way in the building. We got a few people on the book of the face. They chilling. They ain't saying nothing, but it don't matter. We see you in there. That's all I'm gonna say. But y'all know how we do. Before we get this thing started, y'all know what we do. We got to shout out you, the viewer, for taking the time out to come through and watch this video. But while you're here, make sure you do us a solid, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And y'all know we like to read your comments down in the comment section. But there will be no video. There will be no live stream that involves anybody connected to Colorado University without us first acknowledging the ladies, the very special ladies, the CUNTs. And today, we got a special edition of CUNTs. Because not only are we acknowledging the CUNTs, but since they play in the Carolina Panthers on tomorrow night, and we still are undecided about that live stream. But when you see these CUNTs in the chat, or you catch one or two of them in the comment section, make sure you say what's up. Be respectful. Do not be disrespectful, because your comment will be removed and you might be next. Is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So y'all ready to get this thing live? It's 12 o'clock. Y'all know at noon, we sit down. We get our drink. You know me, I'm just a water guy. In the middle of the day, thing turned brown at night. Nothing like cognac and a cigar. But y'all got y'all plate. I got mine. I'm ready to feed you. Pull your chairs up. Let's have a conversation. Welcome to the lunch table. I know you got your juice box. I know you got your stuff together. I know you've been watching the internet. I know you've been paying attention to everything that's going down. I know that you have been keeping up with what's popping off tomorrow night as the Cleveland Browns walk into Charlotte, South Carolina, and face the Carolina Panthers. It's going to be a game because Shedeur Sanders is starting, and he is the main event. Tomorrow night will be the most watched preseason NFL football game in preseason football history, because millions and millions of people will be sitting down to see what the young Shedeur Sanders does as he's vying for that man's job, Mr. Joe Flacco. And as they sit there and have a conversation, I'm sure the only thing Shedeur Sanders is telling him, hey, Joe, you know I'm starting tomorrow night. So you know what that means, right? Joe say, what you talking about, Shedeur? What you mean? I know what that means. It can't mean but one thing, Joe.
You about to lose your job.
And that's all it means. Because tomorrow night, when the Cleveland Browns take the field, with Shedeur Sanders heading the charge, there will be disruption. There will be dismay. Because everybody, it's a lot of people expecting Shedeur Sanders to flop, fall directly on his face. But that ain't us. Because his homeboy, Big 9-5, Myles Garrett, will be standing on the sideline watching very, very closely. One of the people who can really make some things shift in that locker room. One of the players in that locker room that I am sure has the coach's ear. And while Shedeur Sanders is on that field, moving that team methodically down the field to score their first touchdown, Miles Sanders will be looking at Kevin Stefanski like, Joe don't look like that, bro. And by the time this game is over with, there will be talks. The internet will be in flux. People will currently be losing themselves because Shedeur Sanders will have been and showed his naturally black behind for all the world to see. Because we talked about that favor. We talked about those things that only God can put in your hands. And if you don't think this man has favor, oh boy, you ain't been watching the right thing. But T. Rizzo thinks that Shedeur Sanders can change this narrative come tomorrow night when he takes that field and plays an ample amount of football. T. Rizzo thinks that it's up to Shedeur to do what Shedeur does and make everybody forget about that 5th round slide.
The biggest Shedeur fan in the world. There's nothing he can do Friday to win the job to start against the Bengals. Let's get that out of the way right now. What Shedeur can do is he can change the narrative. The narrative is the Browns don't see him as a franchise quarterback. They would have drafted him in the first round if they did. They drafted Dylan Gabriel over him. So what he has to do Friday night is to change their thinking.
And he can do that. He can definitely change their thinking. And he will do that by playing the way he's always played the game, the right way. See, because it's being put out there still that Shedeur is far behind Dylan Gabriel. And we've had that conversation on how and why. There should be no Shedeur Sanders is behind Dylan Gabriel. As a matter of fact, Dylan Gabriel should have never been getting first-team reps in the amount of first-team reps that Dylan Gabriel was receiving. That's our biggest gripe. Is why is Dylan Gabriel getting first-team reps in the amount, in the abundance of first-team reps that he is receiving? But we in a fair quarterback competition. But yet and still, Shedeur has yet to have any first team reps. But see, what you did was anger the protector, the Shaheen. Little baby Jesus' father. See, when you play with this man's children, he removes things that tend to obstruct your moving forward. I've heard a lot of people say Shedeur is in this position because he got lucky. And I tell them, for you, it's luck. But for him, it's God. See, because you played with him in the draft. You treated him bad. You tried to humble him. And I'm still hearing that word, humble, coming from a lot of people. A lot of professionals. A lot of analysts. A lot of people that cover football. Saying he's humbled and he's taken his draft slide very, very well. He wasn't humble. He was always humble. But it wasn't because y'all made him slide to the 5th. It wasn't the 5th that made him humble. See, your definition of humble and his definition of humble and our definition of humble is completely different. See, because y'all was looking at the things that he do and the way that he lives. Y'all was looking at the cars and the jewelry and the music and the life. Y'all was looking at that wrist going up in the air. And y'all call that arrogant. But that's not arrogant. That's just the way he lived. See, that's his lifestyle. Shedeur is not a kid from the slums. He is not a kid that was struggling in any part of his life. He comes from an affluent family. His father was rich. His father was the best cornerback to play the game. See, it's only arrogance and boastfulness when you can't do it. When you can't buy them big chains and have all them diamonds draped around your neck. When you can't own a Maybach truck and a Maybach car and a Cyber truck and a TRX and all of the vehicles that he owns. See, y'all thought that was too much. Y'all, they was upset about his draft room. I still hear about that today. Matter of fact, Colin Cowherd said something about that draft room yesterday on his show. Y'all mad because he got a logo. Y'all mad because his statement is be legendary. But see, when you come from certain places and when you look like this, they don't expect you to be smart. They don't expect you to know what they know. See, they didn't expect him to do all those things. See, they used to watching rappers. They think that's the lifestyle because he makes music. No, that's just us. That's how we live. See, when you come from money, your lifestyle is different. And people think you're showing off when you just really living your everyday life. What up, Neil? When you living and doing your normal thing. Just like all these diamonds I got on my wrist right now. I've been had these. I didn't just get these. I done had these for years. But I only wear them when I go certain places. And I just came from one of them places. But it ain't showing out if you got it. Just like it ain't tricking if you got it. But see, God moves obstacles and boundaries. He opens doors. He moves mountains. And he saw what they were doing to his son. And he does what he always does. He said, don't worry about it, my boy, I got it. Then Gabriel, oh, what's wrong with your, what's wrong? You a little sore? You can't walk right today. What's the matter? You can't play football? See, because we all know there was no way that Shedeur would ever be in this position right now to be able to open the preseason and start this game and play most of the game all by himself. Ain't got to worry about nobody coming in. Ain't got to worry about coach putting him out and say, hey, we need to get him some reps. Won't none of that take place on tomorrow. Because you know what he did? He said, Kenny Pickett, you take a little of that. Your leg a little sore too. You feel something back there behind you. Your hamstring kind of tight. See, that's called favor. Those are blessings. That is God taking care of his kids, of his people. You don't believe me? I'll just let Michael Irvin tell you.
144th pick for the Cleveland Browns will be starting at quarterback in the preseason open. Can you believe this, how this plays out? You can't make this up. I wonder, what did they say when they said, well, we got to start him? I told you that 144 is the seal that this is mine, and the seal of protection you'll get from God. But I'm going to need you to sit down for week one so the world can see the seal I put on number 144. Can y'all imagine if he plays anything? If he plays anything like anything, the story blows up even bigger. Everybody that watch him fall, don't tune in. They'll watch this rise. But in the end, they win. And Shedeur standing stuff. Watch the ratings for this Friday preseason game. All you did was raise him up.
And that's all you did was raise him up. Watch him rise. Oh, Tony, no, you didn't. Talking about better look at Pharaoh. You better tell him, Tony. You better tell him, Tony. They don't know nothing about Joseph. They don't know nothing about Joseph, Tony. I'm telling you, they don't know nothing about Joseph. But God was with him and delivered him out of all his troubles and gave him favor in the wisdom in the presence of Pharaoh. Acts chapter 7 verses 9 through 10. Know them like the back of my hand. Favor. I told y'all not to mess with God's children. Don't touch his people. Because he know how to move things. Y'all don't want him to get there on his own merit. Y'all don't want to let him work for it and earn it. You want to keep blocking him. So I will remove thee out of the way. I was a bad kid. I might have read the Bible more than anybody. I was a preacher's kid. I stayed in church till I was old enough to make up my mind and go when I felt like going. You don't touch God's people. The ones that he has anointed and touched and put his hands on. That is a no-no. Wait a minute. Tell them again. Y'all got to hear
44th pick.
Y'all got to hear Michael Irvin again.
For the Cleveland Browns.
Hold on.
Started at quarterback in the preseason open. Can you believe this, how this plays out? You can't make this up. I wonder, what did they say when they said, well, we got to start him. I told you that 144 is the seal that this is mine, and the seal of protection you get from God. But I'm going to need you to sit down for week 1 so the world can see the seal I put on number 144. Can y'all imagine if he plays anything? If he plays anything like anything, the story blows up even bigger. Everybody that watch him fall, don't tune in. They'll watch this rise. But in the end, they win. And Shedeur Sanders stuff. Watch the ratings for this Friday preseason game. All you did was raise them up.
That's all they did was raise him up. They don't know. They don't know what they've done. Like we said, the ratings for this game is going to be bananas. It's going to be nuts. But what's even crazier, it's not crazy, it's not crazy. But the amount of people, I said, the amount of people that are praying for this young man to go out there and show his natural behind is ridiculous. The amount of people that is showing love, that is just every day praying. Do y'all know how many prayers will be in the air while this man is playing football? See, when two or more are gathered, it gets kind of crazy. It gets kind of crazy. See, we've been having church for a couple of days. a couple of days. Because that's all that's been in my doggone comment sections. Is preach and scripture. But I'm telling you, it's favor. Because the abundance of people that's going to be praying, the amount of people that have been praying, because we saw what you did to him. We saw that you tried to destroy this young man and his family. You clearly wanted to make an example. As a people, we not going to let that happen. You push and you still pushing. Because we all know Shedeur wasn't supposed to start this game tomorrow. We had no intentions on seeing Shedeur play on Friday. We might have seen him toward the end. See, but God makes a way. God clears all obstruction. Anything that's hindering your movement forward. Faith will get you there. God shows up, not when you want him to, but right on time. Now, T. Rizzo is mad at Tony Grossi because he knows Tony Grossi has an agenda. He knows Tony Grossi is trying to push the agenda that Shedeur is far behind Dylan Gabriel. That Dylan Gabriel is a better quarterback than Shedeur. And we know this is all coming from the Cleveland Browns, telling Tony Grossi, look, we need you to keep this out here in the public. We need you to keep pushing this narrative. We need you to keep telling these people that he is behind this man. We need you to keep telling the people that Shedeur is not ready. Because we trying to do something. But I told you what my grandma said. The only way you can make God laugh, the quickest way you can do it, is tell him your plans. And the Cleveland Browns slipped up. And somebody one night got on their knees and said, oh, Father, dear God, this is what I need to do. I need to keep Shedeur down a little bit. I need to try to move Dylan Gabriel. I need to try to move Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco, one of them. Lord, I want to keep Shedeur. And I want to keep him. But if we go out here bragging, telling everybody how good he is, if we put him with the ones and show the world how good he is, then we gonna look like idiots. And if we keep that narrative going, that he can't play, that he don't understand the playbook, that he can't call plays in the huddle, that he's so far behind Kenny Pickett, he don't deserve first team reps. Somebody, one of these teams will come get Dylan Gabriel, or come get Kenny Pickett, or come get Joe Flacco. Lord, this is what we need. We need this to happen for this team to flourish. So they put out the notion in an article that some idiot wrote, said as soon as we drafted Dylan Gabriel, we had people trying to get him, trade for him, as soon as we drafted him. You lying. Nobody wanted Dylan Gabriel for the third round pick. Wasn't nobody going to give you a third or a second for him. But we trying to get something. And Lord, this is what we need. Oh, he said, oh, this is what you need. Oh, you think you run something. That's what you think you finna do. While you make my son, my child, the one who shouts my name at all times, the one who talks about me in press conference, the one who tells you that I'm the reason that he's here. You want me to help you make him look like he don't know what he doing. Oh, okay. I got you. Hold on. Kitty Piggy. Hold this. What's wrong with your, ooh, you kind of feel a little pain back there. Do it hurt? Oh, the game coming up, ain't it? You think you gonna start Dylan Gabriel over him because you didn't have no plans for him to play anyway. You thought that you knew what you was doing. You thought your plan was better than mine. Dylan Gabriel, papaya, hold that. You got a little tightness back there. Just have them rub it out. You'll miss about a week or so. Shedeur Sanders, my son, it's your time to shine. Grandma said the quickest way to make God laugh is tell him your plan. And the plan they had was definitely not going to work. Because see, Shedeur Sanders has a father who has groomed him for this very moment all of his life. See, they think Shedeur gonna get out there and suck tomorrow night. But he has been preparing for this moment all of his life. He has been trained by the best quarterbacks, the ones that they like, the ones that they worship, the ones that they think are the GOATs. That's who taught him how to play quarterback. Jeff Blake, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Those people. Those are the ones who was out on that field with Shedeur, helping him with his footing, telling him how to get the ball out of his hand, how his body should turn, how his feet should be set. The same quarterbacks that they think are the greatest to ever play this game taught him how to do what they do best. And they trying to tell me that this man ain't no good. We watched him for 4 years light people up. When he's been throwing to NFL receivers since he was in high school. When he's been working out with the same people that was playing in the NFL right now. You trying to tell me he ain't no good?
But enough about Peyton the passer. It was time for Peyton the corner. Toe-to-toe with prime time.
You can be the first guy to say you could throw a touchdown on Peyton Manning.
For sure.
To Deion Sanders.
We plan on doing that too. Now come on up, let's do it. Square me up. There you go.
I'm saying I got feet on the opposite hand. Now I can done. Oh.
You felt that though.
From the get-go, yeah. Doesn't make me feel any.
Paved the way.
Now it's time to head to Austin, Texas, and train with Coach Jeff Blake.
But see, what I'm saying is, you got people like Jeff Blake, Peyton Manning. Move. Jeff Blake was a beast when he was a quarterback. We know who Peyton is. We know that they think he is one of the greatest to ever play this game. And y'all keep trying to make us believe that Shedeur don't know how to play quarterback. You trying to make us believe that he don't know how to call the plays in the huddle. When really, that don't even matter. Because you know what happened when you get in the game? Your offensive coordinator tell you exactly what play they want to call in the huddle while you in the huddle. And the only thing you do is repeat it. So that's really not a problem. You can't say he don't know the plays because his completion percentage, even in practice, is better than the people that he's with. It's better than any other quarterback in there. So how does he not know what he's doing? Jeff Blake, Peyton Manning. And who is that? That's the GOAT. That's the man they swear by. Teaching him how to quarterback, how to place his feet, how to move. But you keep trying to tell me he don't know what he's doing. Are you crazy? Did you just see that move? See how he ducked his hips, dropped down, and got ready to throw that pass? See how he stopped and popped to throw that ball. It's ridiculous, to say the least. Shedeur Sanders has been taught how to play football by the best, by the very best. I want y'all to understand that. Everything that he's been taught by three of the best quarterbacks to ever play football. Y'all going all in, thinking y'all gonna get Arch Manning next year when Arch Manning is not coming out of college. Arch Manning ain't touching an NFL stadium or field for another 2 years. But the same uncle of Arch taught Shedeur. The same man that y'all praise, that y'all call the GOAT, Tom Brady, taught Shedeur. And you want me to believe that he can't play football? That he don't know what he doing when he get up under center? Not possible. Not freaking possible. Maggie Gray think they setting him up for failure.
That Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting the tomorrow. Now, what's weird is that Shedeur didn't get any first-team reps yesterday in this joint practice. Yeah. I don't think the Browns ever wanted Shedeur to be seeing the field this quickly. You can just tell by how they run practices. He does not get first-team reps with the 11-on-11 drills or the 7-on-7 drills. It's just not happening. Yep. So he has to start the game. It's not because he's getting a promotion. Now, what he does with it will be interesting, but if you're not going to give him any reps with the first team when you're, in theory, prepping him to start the first preseason game, I think the Browns are completely not serious about getting Shedeur any meaningful reps, and in some ways, I think they're setting him up to fail.
I think Shedeur is going to play really well. I think he goes out there on Friday, and I think he puts on a mini show. Maybe not a whole show, but a mini show. And I think this creates a massive conundrum for the Browns and the organization about what happens next. Because if he goes out there and plays good, I don't think he has to even play great. If he plays good, there's going to be a large contingent of Browns fans are going to be like, give this guy an opportunity.
He's not going to play good. He going to play great because that's all he know how to do. Morning coffee. $4.99 super chat. Thank you, love. Coach Prime and family should pull up, get a suite, have security block access, and give no interviews. You can't reach us, but you surely can watch us. I like that. I like that. I like that. Prime might pull up because they're going to be done with practice. He can catch the jet, fly on out because they practice early in the morning. So, but I don't know. East Coast Kid, Dylan Gabriel is not injured. Cleveland knows deep down inside that he's just not NFL ready. He would have been exposed. Probably. But what's going to happen tomorrow night is I've been telling y'all for a long time they've been hiding Shedeur. They didn't want us to see him play with the ones. And tomorrow he still won't play with the ones. But it's a national stage. It's an international stage. And when the spotlight is on Shedeur, when it's game time, all he do is go out there and do what he do. All he want to do is win. DJ Khaled in full effect. All he want to do is show out. I'm going to tell y'all something. My boy got tickets for the game tomorrow. When this game was first announced, he bought tickets for $12 a piece. Them tickets right now for the game tomorrow, $159 for the same $12 ticket he bought a week ago. Tell me Shedeur Sanders starting don't make a difference. Well, you can 12x your money. You can 13x your money. Because 12 times 12 is 144. 12 times 13 is what? 157, something like that, 158. Yeah, you 13 times your money right there. Just boom. That last name. Powerful. We got another $2 super chat from Kirk Davis. SS12 is real. He's the real him. Let him be great. Oh, he most definitely gonna be great. He most definitely is going to show out. Because see what they did, they made him mad. And they ain't made him mad to where he's angry. See, because Shedeur knows that he's better than Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur knows that he's better than Kenny Pickett. And so does everybody else in that Browns organization. See, but you can't hide greatness. Greatness will always find its way outside. And in this game of football, that man is going to do what he do. Proverbs 3:4 says, then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Or is it and of man and God? Of God and man. Proverbs 3:4 say, then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Yeah. That's right. My brain keep tweaking on me. Got to figure it out. But favor. T. Rizzo went off on Tony Grossi this morning about playing with Shedeur.
Opinion that this season's all about Shedeur.
No, I don't.
That's where you're coming from.
And I like Shedeur, but even I don't think that. The year for me is about winning. But I like Shedeur and I'm rooting for him. Sue me. What are you going to do?
Well, we have the same opinion. I wanna cover a team that wins.
I'm respecting the people that like Shedeur. That's their guy.
Yeah, but Rizzi also said the Browns are in the entertainer business and they should do what the fans want to see. That's what you said. Go back and listen.
Tony,
if RJ, play it back for
Tony,
you.
I know this is entertainment. NFL isn't life or death. The teams have to win or lose, but the fans can root for whoever the hell they want to. You're trying to tell them who to root for. You can't do that. The team wants to win. I want to win. But there are fans out there that just want Shedeur Sanders to play because they love him. Get over it.
Okay.
All right,
no,
have
let me
fun.
say this.
Have fun in Charlotte.
Listen to you.
Have fun
you
in
don't
Charlotte.
Want to hear it.
We'll all enjoy
you don't
the
want to
game
hear
tomorrow.
what I'm about to say.
We'll listen.
You don't want to hear what.
We'll listen to you today on the next level. I can't go on with this. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Make one more point. One more point.
No.
T. Rizzo hung up on Tony Grossi today because he tired of Tony Grossi trying to spew that narrative that Shedeur is behind Dylan Gabriel. He tired of him trying to prop Dylan Gabriel up when we all see with our own eyes that Dylan Gabriel is not that man. Dylan Gabriel was a good college quarterback, no doubt about that. But this is, as everybody in the NFL says, this is a new level. This is where the big boys play. True enough, Dylan Gabriel is a big boy, but he ain't big enough. This NFL stuff, man, is something different. I got a few NFL buddies. I got a few friends that played in the NFL. I got a few people I know that played in the NFL. David Palmer, Papa Cherry, went to Alabama, graduated high school from Jackson Olin, one of my best homies. Played for the Minnesota Vikings for 7 years. If you're from Alabama and you was there in the 90s, that 92 championship team, when the deuce was loose. Yeah. Y'all get ready for me and G. Bush on Sunday, because me and G. Bush gonna light this thing up on Sunday. I know he gonna cook in the barbershop on Saturday. And you know I'm gonna do my thing on Saturday. But on Sunday, when the dynamic duo get together, me and G. Bush on Sunday, you know, we gonna fire this thing off. Y'all gonna get full. Y'all gonna get them clean haircuts. Ladies, y'all can get twisted up, get your rollers done. Y'all can get whatever you want. But we gonna get y'all the business on Sunday. All I'm saying is, Shedeur Sanders, tomorrow night, he ain't gonna be no joke. He is never scared. And there is nothing they can do to faze him. Tomorrow night, Shedeur Sanders will prove himself right because he's not there to prove nobody wrong. Tomorrow night, y'all gonna see what all of us have been talking about. Tomorrow night, Shedeur Sanders is gonna set the world on fire. And ain't gonna be nothing they can do. $5 super chat again from Kirk Davis. I just want to know what actual facts he got on why Dylan Gabriel is better than Shedeur Sanders. There is no facts. There is nothing that we've seen on tape that proves Dylan Gabriel to be better than Shedeur Sanders. There's nothing that we've seen on tape that proves Kenny Pickett to be better than Shedeur Sanders. Joe Flacco don't matter. We're not worried about Joe Flacco. Because at the end of the day, he 40. He not going to be nowhere next year but at home playing with his kids. Because we know at some time this season, Joe Flacco will be removed from the equation. That's why we wasn't never worried about him starting the first game. This is never about Shedeur Sanders starting the first game. This is about Kevin Stefanski saying that this is an open and fair competition. I watched Quincy Carter video this morning where he said Shedeur Sanders is a 5th round draft pick. Shedeur Sanders is being treated like a 5th round draft pick. And anytime in anybody else's camp, a 5th round draft pick would not be given first team reps. But his statement also said that Jackson Dart just got first team reps this week. That Tyler Shuck just got first team reps this week. And those are 1st and 2nd round draft picks. And he kept saying over and over and over again, Shedeur is a 5th round draft pick. There is nowhere in the NFL on any team where Shedeur would get first team reps. He's saying right now that the 2 players that were drafted in the 1st and the 2nd round are just this week, just now, getting first team reps. But I'm telling you, Dylan Gabriel been getting reps since day 1 of camp. And he a 3rd round draft pick. So what's your point? Is what I'm saying. See, everybody be talking and trying to prove a point. But you just talking. Because your point is mute when you telling me a 1st round draft pick and a 2nd round draft pick are just now this week getting first team reps. But I'm telling you, a 3rd round draft pick on the same team as this 5th round draft pick have been getting first team reps since camp started. And he done got more than the starting quarterback. So what's your point? Shedeur a 5th round draft pick. But your head coach said this is an open competition. This is a fair competition. Everybody gonna get what everybody else is getting. And y'all keep wondering why we fussing, why we keep saying, give my boy his reps. Dylan Gabriel been getting first team reps since minicamp. Before training camp started, Dylan Gabriel was getting first team reps. But you keep telling me ain't nobody in the 3rd round getting first team reps right now. Dylan Gabriel getting some. You keep telling me Shedeur Sanders is a 5th round draft pick. He ain't no regular 5th round draft pick. Because he on SportsCenter more than the 1st round draft picks or the 2nd round draft picks or anybody in the NFL for that matter. He got more airtime than everybody because everybody know what it is. That 5th round slide wasn't a slide. That was purposely done, orchestrated by these owners, try to humble this man and his family. Say what it is. Don't try to tell me it's raining, but you standing on the building using the bathroom. Don't do that. We not stupid. We see what it is. Just because y'all scared, Stephen A. Smith said it this morning. They are trying to screw this man out of his job. He said it on live TV, on First Take. Ain't no running from that. That's out there. That's in the ether. And this is what Stephen A. Smith does for a living. He said what it is. You have had multiple people, analysts, quarterbacks, people that say Dillon Gabriel does not look like an NFL quarterback. He cannot handle this. He is nowhere near that. But Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry keep trying to make it happen because that's they boy. That's they man $100,000. And they gotta be right. What I tell y'all, all Shedeur Sanders need to be telling them.
You about to lose your job.
That's all he need to be telling them. You keep trying to hide me in plain sight. I ain't that. I am not that. Another super chat from Big K of facts. That's like being in a cooking contest and they keep giving everyone else chicken and handing me a pigeon. You doggone right, Big K. What they thinking? But I got another expert that'll tell you that everybody in that building knows what Shedeur is. Everybody in that building knows that Shedeur is better than Dillon Gabriel. But Kevin Stefanski keeps trying to hide him.
People in the building, everybody's been very impressed with Shedeur Sanders and how serious and driven and motivated he is to be great. I mean, he's doing all the things right. And really, some of the noise that you hear on the outside and some of the controversy around how Shedeur is being handled is not the feeling within the building because he's doing everything right. I think he understands the plan too, and he doesn't want to get thrown to the wolves right away, but he wants an opportunity. And it's been great. You know, Dillon Gabriel had a little bit of an injury this week. Same thing with Kenny Pickett. So they were out of the rotation for a little while. So Shedeur had an opportunity to get in there a little bit more. And he made some really nice plays. And he showed up in the way that you saw him show up when he was in college, making some really beautiful, accurate throws, timing throws down the field. And so I think when you get that confirmation against an NFL defense of some guy that was doing it in college, you wonder how he's going to make that transition to the next level. And then he does it in training camp practices, especially against another team like the joint practice this week and next week. You start to feel really good about him. Now you start to think, okay, now we need to find a way to get him a few more reps. Still getting Joe Flacco ready, probably to start, but let's get Shedeur a few more reps, get him the majority, the number 2 reps, those opportunities to grow and see how quickly he can grow and learn this offense.
Exactly. The people in the building know. They know that he better than doggone Dillon Gabriel. It's not a secret. Hell, everybody that's talking about this knows that he is better than Dillon Gabriel. You haven't heard one person say he's better than Dillon Gabriel, that he's not better than Dillon Gabriel, besides Mary Kay Cabot, Tony Grossi, and Mr. Breer. And I don't know why we even listen to Breer, because that's the same man that told us Lamar Jackson need to play wide receiver. I don't even know why he even credible anymore. How that Lamar Jackson wide receiver action turning out. Turned into a couple of MVPs. But I got something. My boy Butter funny as hell.
Shedeur, right? Shedeur, listen to me, bro. They got you starting. They got you starting this first preseason game. When I tell you got so many people rooting for you, gang, you got Butter rooting for you, and you part of the op now. You know what I'm saying? You on the Browns. I'm a Raven. Hey, listen, you got a lot of people on your back, bro. I'm telling you. If you just go out there and do your thing, because everybody know they trying to do you the worst way. But Butter got faith. I'm telling you. Butter got faith in you, baby. Go out there and do your thing, bro. Myles Garrett, get your big ass at tight end. You know what I'm saying? Go catch the ball, bro. You 6'11". They didn't get you half the franchise. Don't catch a ball for Shedeur, bro. You almost butter size, bro. Shedeur, I want you to go out there and be as great as you can. I want you to play every single snap in this preseason game. I'm going to be cheering like it's week 1. And then once you go out there and bust everybody's ass, I'm going to hope they trade your ass so you can get out my division. Go ahead. Hey, matter of fact, we need to go ahead and get this ball rolling. So y'all should go ahead and just shit Shedeur somewhere else. Get Pat Mahomes some comp over there where he at, because he getting cakewalks every time.
Butter say, get Shedeur out of here, man. Put him over there with Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes end up in the Super Bowl every year. We need to stop that madness. That's the only thing that's stopping Lamar Jackson from winning the Super Bowl. He can't get past Patty and them. But it's crazy to see the amount of people that want Shedeur to fail, that want him to slip up. But with all these CU aunties that's going to be praying tomorrow, with everybody in Boulder, with everybody in Dallas, Texas, Atlanta, the DMV, boy, ain't no way he can fail. Ain't no way. But Louis Riddick, I'm going to let him talk to you.
I'm afraid he's going to get on the field in preseason games without a lot of practice reps. And then they're going to ask him to perform these heroic tasks in order to prove that he's worthy of being a starter when he hasn't had enough reps to really get comfortable. That's the kind of battle he's dealing with right now. I know. I've seen it. Dom, you've seen it. We've been in these camps. We know how that goes. Yeah. You don't get enough reps. They play a whole half of a game, and then all of a sudden coaches are going, why are you making that mistake? Why aren't you making that check? Why are you doing that technique? Well, damn, coach, I never was in there in practice. You never even talked to me during practice. But now you expect me to know. That's what they're going to that's what they're going to expect of him. But if anyone can get it done, it's this kid, because he's been trained the right way. But I'm telling you, he is ice skating uphill. He just is. And every time you hear this organization talk, you get that feel.
Go ahead. Exactly. They're going to put him out there tomorrow and ask him to do some things and make all the right throws, make all the right reads, make all the right checks, when those are things that he hasn't done. The Carolina Panthers, everybody keep talking about they ain't game planning tomorrow. They game planning for Shedeur. I promise you they are. The question is, what are the Cleveland Browns going to do to help Shedeur succeed tomorrow? Or do they want to just see him fail? So they can say, see, we told you so. He a 5th round pick. That's why he 4th on the depth chart. That's why he ain't getting no reps with the ones. That's what we doing. I think that's somebody's playing over there. Because it's somebody on that coaching staff that either don't think Shedeur got what it takes, or they just don't want him to fly. Because either way it goes, you can't hold a good man down. And if y'all don't play dominoes, y'all don't know. Shedeur will show out tomorrow night. And more than likely, we'll be sitting right here watching it in this live stream, keeping it popping. It's going to go crazy. But they keep trying to play with God's child. They keep trying to do him wrong. And every time they try, it hasn't worked yet. And it won't work tomorrow. Because that's a Christian family. That's a family who walks by faith. That's a family who wears their faith on their sleeve. That is a family who God has given favor to. So there's no way he fails. It is already written. It just has to be done. Because what you keep trying to do is make him bust his head up against the wall. So you can say, okay, now we got a reason. But he won't give you one. You tried it with the tickets. They tried to keep throwing the tickets over and over and over and over and over again. The tickets didn't go away for almost a month. Then we got them out the way. Then they started looking for other stuff. But they ain't talk about what he did for those families in the project. I ain't heard nothing else from nobody about community service and the things that he has done. And they'll say, well, yeah, he in Cleveland and he's part of the community. He's done a few things. No, he's done more than any other player that has been here in the past 5 years. That says a lot. It says that these players haven't ingratiated themselves in the community. That says these players, if it's not a team function, don't take the time to go see the people, which is crazy. Why would they not do that? But here we are. A couple about what? 20, almost 30 hours away from kickoff. And then we shall see. We got no more super chats. No, we don't. We got no more super chats because your boy need to go take a nap. Let's see what we got in the chat. Robert thought, wish we get Gabriel standing next to Bryce Young to quiet the height debate. Mr. 5'8" Gabriel. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel tiny. Shakira's in the building. You just not getting in here, girl. You late. You owe me 25 jumping jacks. What up, Snake? My fault. Ultimate Sports Network. What is up, my guy? I seen y'all channel. I watched a video or two. They too busy worried about them damn speeding tickets Shedeur got. I'm telling you, Kira, they crazy. Cheryl Lynn is in the building. What's up, lady? Ronald, the Rams should trade for him. The Rams need him. Their quarterback got a bad back. And his backup, you know who his backup is. Old porn star himself. You know, so it is what it is, man. All I know is that tomorrow night is going to be a hell of a show. So I'm telling you, don't miss it. Ocho Cinco said them people done told him, not them regular people, them people that play, that's on their team, that's in their building. Say once Flacco mess up, that should do a job.
Yeah. Cleveland in a preseason. Yeah. The stage set, man. It's that time.
Yeah.
Oh, let me add a little plot twist for you, Ocho. Cleveland, Carolina Panthers, national televised game.
That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy, ain't it? It's crazy the power of that last name, even though they trying to humble it. Let that sink in.
Oh, okay.
You hear me? So I just add. I go straight to the source. I go to the source that's actually on the field. I go to the source that's not a media person, that's not an analyst, that can give it to me straight. Boy, what them boys out there looking like, man? Okay, boom. That last time I said a name, this time I'm not saying no names, which is why I'm so confident. And when we talk about Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns, that's all. Because I also mean no disrespect. I told you we're gonna get his opportunity. I didn't know it would come this fast and in this way. I've said it. I said it before. Okay, Joe Flacco's gonna be the starter. And I say if things aren't going well for Joe Flacco, because he plays well in spurts, he'll get on a 4 or 5 game stretch and things somewhat fall apart or come off the hinges, and then he'll get his opportunities. Now you get your opportunity early. You see how God works?
Yep.
Remember
Everybody keeps saying you see how God works. Because we know that it's that faith and favor that is keeping this whole thing afloat. We know faith, favor, grace. That's all you need. If you got faith, God gives you favor. And with plenty of grace involved, he gives you the opportunity to mess up. He also gives you the opportunity to correct it. And he has. What is it? James 4 verse 6 says, what is it? But he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, what is it? I can't even remember it right now. But I know Isaiah 60:62. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of contrite spirit, and trembleth in my word. I have given him grace. Freeman Harris, you just getting here. You missed it all, brother. God is good. He is good all the way. Ain't no doubt. OC. See, OC, we from the South. We from that dirty. Well, we go to church on Sunday, Wednesday. Early morning Bible study. Vacation Bible school in the summertime. We ain't talking about that vacation Bible school where you ain't doing nothing. No, where you just coloring and playing around with your homies. We talking about that vacation Bible school where by the end of vacation Bible school, you done put on 2 plays. You done learned about 15 more scriptures. You know, Bible school of substance. Because my grandma didn't play. When you got in that church, you set your behind down. I'm going to give you this peppermint. Now shut up. I'm going to give you this butterscotch. Don't you say a word. Keep on playing, you ain't going to get this caramel. I'm going to give you these nickel, dimes, pennies, and quarters to put in this collection plate. Don't be trying to go over there to the frozen cup lady, to the candy lady house. Talking about you got to go to the bathroom. You walk around like this, trying to sneak out the back door. No, we don't do that. Candy lady always seemed to be right across the street from the church. Because on Sunday, she done was going down. As soon as we got out of there, we going straight to the candy lady house. Because we know they going to be sitting over there talking. Standing in the parking lot, running their mouth. All the deacons going to be in the back smoking squares. Talking about who the cute lady is in the church. Trying to holler at sister. Let me go holler at sister before she eat. Because we know we all finna go eat when we leave here. My grandma had a big blue station wagon. Chevrolet. I used to get all the way in the back. The kind with the window laid up and down, the back laid up and down. You just crawl in there. You ain't have to pull it down. One of them. You know, so all the children, we go over there by grandma's car. I told y'all my grandma's the coolest grandma in the neighborhood. Grandma give me $3, $4, $5 and say, hey, go get your people. Y'all go over there and get what y'all want. And then we just hang out over there by the car. By the end, we unbutton our shirts, got t-shirts on, then pulled the football out, playing football in the parking lot. Because we know they going to be there for a while. They running their mouth. We got 1 or 2 of them frozen cups, got some of them penny cookies in that Ziploc bag. Got us a bag of them, and we out. That's going to keep us together until they get through running their mouth, because we all hungry. We done been in here since 9 o'clock this morning. We done went to Sunday school. We took a break. We went back into church. We done been in there for 2 hours. Football on, and I'm hungry. And y'all running y'all mouth. I'm trying to eat something. This frozen cup and these cookies ain't gonna last but so long. Get you 3, 4 big bowls, and go on about your business. We ain't live far from the church. We live right down the street. By the time I was 10, 12, grandma would let me drive the station wagon to the house. So, I was coming to church because I knew I was going to get to drive home. Straight shot, straight down the block, 5 blocks. Make a right, make a left. And we in there. Y'all don't know nothing about going to church in the dirty. Y'all don't know nothing about the candy lady. Y'all don't know nothing about that. We go eat that good meal, and we right back outside. They belong to us then. Hey, yeah, I miss them days from the 90s. You don't know nothing about that, Shakira. You don't know nothing about that. Rob was talking about all day. OC, the good old days. Go eat dinner and come back. You doggone right. We go and eat dinner. We all know where to meet up at. We know the spot. Let me tell you. On my block, my grandma block, my block, we had a little stove. And everybody used to meet up at the basketball court by my house, right across the street from my house. My grandma built me a basketball court right across the street from the house. Put a big ass tall fence around it so the ball couldn't go out. None of that. We was good. And on the other side of the main street coming to the house, it was a store right there. And next to the store, dude had bought the house next to the store, gutted it out, and put a little arcade in there. And they had the Pac-Man, the Gallagher, the Dig Dug, had a little pool table in the middle, one of them small pool tables, not them big ones, the ones you put the 4 quarters in and push it all the way in there and all the balls fall out. He had a couple of pinball machines in there. He had the Defender in there. He had the Asteroids. He had the, what was that car game? He had that car game in there. We had all them games in there. Frogger, Pitfall, all them joints. And I didn't need but about 50 cents. Because once I got on Gallagher, I was there for a while. Grandma gave me about $2, $3, $4. When I had some of the homies with me, I'd break them all, give them a couple of quarters now. Spend that, you just out of luck. But, boy, them was a good old day. How you gonna tell me that? I know more than you think, sir. Them were my days, and I wish I could go back. No phones, no social media, none of that. Just straight conversation. Oh yeah, we hang out to the street light come on. Robert said I was driving my dad around, 11 years old, because he was too drunk to get to the liquor store. Church would have been nice. Oh yeah, Robert. Church was a joint, man. Sunday, Wednesday, and sometime on Saturday or Friday, depending on when the deacons and them were going to holler. My granddad was a deacon, you know. My granddad was secretary. He got all the money. He was the treasurer. Oh, he handled all the money in the church. You know, my granddad owned his own barber shop. You know, I could go up there in the summertime and chill out there. Where you get all the game from them old folks. You go up there, get you a pop, you know, get you a little candy. My granddad had candy. He had sodas, chips, cookies, them long packs of cookies that were about that long. They straight up and down. Wasn't them big wide ones, them long packs of cookies with like double sticked up like the Oreos come down, but it had like 12 cookies in there. I ain't paying for none of that. And my granddad used to keep a lot of his snacks in his trunk. So when he came home at night, he'd say, boy, go out there and get my stuff out the trunk. You bring my briefcase and grab my cigarettes and don't touch none of that candy back there. Now you knew telling me not to touch. He said that just so grandma wouldn't get mad. He knew I was putting that candy in my pocket. He wasn't crazy. I go back there and pop that trunk of that old green. My granddad had a green Rivet Era. Pop that trunk, put that key in there, pop. Trunk flop over like that there, boy. Grab that briefcase out of there. Briefcase had all the money in it. Slide through there, grab me some 9-laters, some Airheads, and some Boston baked beans. Slide them in the pocket. Slam that trunk down, run up in that house. You had to go in and out quick. That way grandma wasn't paying you no attention. Grandma knew I was getting that candy. Back in the day when your grandma could send you to the store for cigarettes, yeah. But I ain't have to go to the store. My granddaddy smoked, he owned the barbershop, and he sold cigarettes in the barbershop. So late night, when his partners and them would hang out, they ain't want to go to the store. They tell me, hey man, let me buy a pack of cigarettes. I know you got some in your trunk. So he'd be like, yeah, give me $3. Boy, go back there and get Big John a pack of Cool Filter King. Short ones. And bring me a pack of Paul Mall. Well, that was a good old day. Man, let me get out here. We've been on here an hour and 30 minutes. We've been having fun. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know we back tomorrow, right? Because these 12 o'clock luncheons, sitting at the lunch table around noon with y'all has been real fun. I'm starting to enjoy this time of day. Y'all know I need to go to sleep. Y'all know I ain't been to sleep. I've been up all night. So I need to go get me some rest. Let my food digest. And we going to talk about what we going to do on the next episode of the lunch table. I appreciate all y'all for coming out. You know what I'm saying? But on your way out, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn that post notification bell on so you'll know when your boy is going live and dropping his heat. And tomorrow, Shedeur Sanders is going to tell Joe Flacco.
You about to lose your job.
And you know what time it is. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all be good. We out of here. Peace.